Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to talk about a very exciting topic and very exciting development that has been happening in the news recently, and I'm not sure if you've watched it, so I've put all the links in the description, all the articles, videos that you need to see, and some documentaries that I watched and I want you also to watch to get more information on this topic. So let's begin. The topic of UAPs, or unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as UFOs or unidentified flying objects, have always captivated humanity since decades. And why not? Because we've seen so many of them. And I'm not just talking about things like weather balloon or planes or drones or stuff like that. I'm talking about the UAPs, the objects that actually defy the laws of physics while being up there, displaying such sort of technology that we humans don't have, or perhaps we do have it and it's been hidden from us. So before we talk about that particular news article that I'm talking about, I want to share my own experience quickly. If you want to watch it in detail, you can see this video after this video ends. So briefly explaining, me and my father used to watch stars and planets on our terrace when I was small. So this is from 1998 or 99, and in those times drones were not very common. During just another star watching session on the terrace at night, I just saw the International Space Station go by. So as you know that you can see the International Space Station shining like a rough dot, and it goes at a very high speed as compared to planes or anything else. So I just saw it going by. I looked at it from my telescope and I was just looking at other things, and I didn't expect anything else to show up. Just then I see like a small dull dot appear in the horizon, and it travels to the middle of the sky at a very high speed. And immediately my father and I, we were very concerned about what it is, because we hadn't seen anything that was so fast, and I was contemplating perhaps it's a rocket launched by NASA or something. But that thing was very smooth. It was like a dull round dot, and it was going at a very high speed without any trail behind, a trail of smoke or fuel or anything. In those moments I had made up my mind that it's a rocket. Even though I can't see a trail or anything, I had made up my mind that it's a rocket, until the point it just was going like that and it stopped. Point blank, it just stopped. And that's when I was like, no, this is something else. And me and my father were just talking to each other when it started making all these turns and 90-degree bends at very high speeds, and then it just zoomed off into the distance. And that's when my interest in UFOs and UAPs started, and I have been always following this topic, watching documentaries and all of that. And for a very long period I did not follow this topic because I was busy in other stuff. And suddenly, after getting the COVID vaccine, about that time I was not very interested in this because I was so busy in other things in my life. And I suddenly get this hyper realistic dream about being abducted, and you can also watch that video here. Again, I'm not saying it was true, I'm not saying that I was abducted or something. It's just something that happened and was very weird, and I have no explanation for it. Without much further ado, let's begin with the big story that we are talking about here. So this news channel called News Nation came out with a video of a whistleblower who has come out in the open and is talking about a UAP crash retrieval program that was top secret in the US government, and even the very high officials didn't know about it. And there were some people who were involved in it, and they have retired now. And because it is such a big thing that shakes you to your core, people perhaps wait till their retirement to come out and speak about it. And this person who has come out is also a Air Force veteran, so he feels that this is a very big thing to be happening to humanity. It should be the biggest story right now. People should be going gaga and be excited about it, because I believe that if the aliens were hostile, they would have already killed us because they are so advanced. So if they're not killing us, if they've been trying to make contact in a proper way, that means they are most likely not hostile. It's a momentous turn in humanity's history. This guy, he came out and he said that this is a big thing that has been hidden from the population of the United States, but I think that it is being hidden from the whole world, right? And he also said that he has testimonies from many of his colleagues who say the same thing, and even the news people, the journalists who are presenting this story, they have been vetting this individual for the past 15 months and they couldn't disprove him. Whoever they talked to in the Air Force veterans, they don't know each other, and they've all come out and said the same thing, that this is true, that USA does have a top secret UAP crash retrieval program. And some of them even said that we also have non-human bodies with us, bodies or living people, we don't know, but yeah, we do have non-human species with us, and that this has been going on since decades. And it started kind of a cold war between the world powers, and this is why there is a very high chance that even other countries, other big powers like Russia and China, also have these top secret UAP crash retrieval programs. Because let's be real, aliens don't just land in United States, they are all over the world. I've seen some videos from India as well. A friend of mine sent me a video with a UFO, and he was in a small town in India. Now, skepticism is absolutely warranted because this is such an unbelievable thing. Not for me, but for many other people, it is very unbelievable. However, we have a lot of evidence. We have so many incidents, so many testimonies, eyewitnesses, so much physical evidence that has been confiscated and has been covered up by the government, and so many incidents that happened where aliens have come out in the open. People say, why don't they just come out in the open? They have even tried to hover above White House. They thought that would stir up a big news or whatever, but it didn't. People just brush it off and just forget about it. That's the problem with human minds. We have a very short-term memory, and things like this don't travel far because people are afraid of being viewed as stupid or controversial or whatever. They are afraid of not being accepted. But I am not. I have been talking about this ever since I saw that UFO in my childhood, and I have been following this topic ever since. And now these things are coming out in the open like this, and there couldn't be anyone more excited than people like me. People painted Bob Lazar as crazy, and they wiped off his whole past. Everything he has been saying has been coming true one by one. Now, in this News Nation case, I feel that this person is coming out with the permission of the government. That is because the government always tried to cover up these things in the past, but now they have been feeding us with something or the other little by little for the past few years. They fed us that black and white video first. They didn't say anything about it. Then they came out, the Pentagon came out and published an article and said that this video is real. We do have something that is defying the laws of physics here. And then they started doing these hearings about UAPs in NASA and in Pentagon. And now this person has come out, I'm sure with the permission of the government, to act as a whistleblower. He even submitted a complaint to the Congress about this activity of the government, that it's a crime against humanity to hold this information back. Perhaps he is being sent by the government, perhaps he is not, because he is complaining against them. But whatever it is, I am very excited for this development, and I am staying tuned to it to watch where it goes. And I hope that humanity starts taking certain things seriously, like living in harmony with each other and this planet. I just want to say that this is a very significant milestone in the history of humanity, and I think everyone should try to get up to date to that. And also another reason is that when we delve into these topics, we are pulled away from our menial problems that we create every single day in our heads and also physically. Why would you go and fight with your neighbor when there is probably a bigger threat out there? And if it's not a threat, let's say these aliens are benevolent, then why are we not practicing the same with each other, right? It makes no sense to hurt other people when there is life on another planet and that life is advanced enough to reach us and then live with us on our planet and help us develop ourselves so that we can live in harmony with Earth. I think we should rise above our stupid problems then. So let's keep our eyes peeled, always look up, and comment below about any of your UAP experiences, or let me know what your thoughts are. And please be respectful, because that's what I drilled upon on this video. And if I find hate comments again after saying all this in this video, then I will be like, you can't help humans. This is why aliens don't land here. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day.